Well, it is 5:02 p.m. and from the looks of things, there's an overcast and there's a pretty good chance that we're going to get some rain here. Um, but I've been wanting to do this for a while, and so I think I'm gonna just go ahead and get into it today. I saw um, I saw something on the news, and it just kind of stirred me up. It's really fitting because the thunder before the storm is happening. It's probably getting ready to pour down. Actually, I probably should relocate. Um, in fact, I think I will. Yeah, but these are very turbulent times, and so the thing I wanted to get into is called the Constitution of the United States, and this document is the document that, like, all military members, they, all U.S. military members, they swear or affirm based on this document. And this right here is kind of like a little pamphlet. I got this pamphlet. I think I found it. Um, it was in some military location. Hello. And it's an old document. It's an old little pamphlet, but I picked it up anyway. And it turns out that um, this document or this book was actually published before the final amendment was ratified. I think the 27th Amendment was ratified like 203 years after it was initially proposed. And so, anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and let me see if I could just post this up because I want to be hands free real quick. But what am I doing? Nathan Donegan says, "What am I doing?" I'm trying to put this thing up here without messing up too much stuff. But I'm actually getting ready to read the Constitution of the United States. And the reason why I'm reading this is because, like I was saying, all military officers are supposed to take an oath. And that oath is either you choose to swear or you choose to affirm. And it's an oath that you're going to support and defend the Constitution of the United States. All officers do that, and all enlisted persons make that oath or swearing. And so for me, it just felt like it would be an appropriate thing to have once again have actually familiarized myself with what the Constitution really says. And so, ask away, buddy. Um, so, everybody knows that we the people, that part of it, right? We the people, that's the beginning of it. Um, and it talks about uh, pursuit of happiness or whatever like that. And I just wanted to read it again because I feel like most people or most service members that actually volunteered have not even familiarized themselves with this document. And if that's not the case, well, I can speak for myself. I am really familiarized myself. Yes, blacking out, please, by all means. You guys do not have to ask a question. You don't have to ask a question about asking a question. Feel free. It's a live. It's You can type. Um, and so go ahead, ask away. But anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna just start reading. And again, like I said, this book was published before the final amendment was ratified. And so I will actually have to pull up that final amendment from a picture that I snapped before this. I'm good. I don't need mods. I'm not that popular, buddy. But I'm actually just putting this on here because I'm gonna do a video in the future that's gonna talk about. It's gonna give a commentary on the Constitution, and just it's going to highlight some things, and I'll tease it out later probably. I don't know. We'll see. It just depends on how much time I have. But anyway, this is not the actual Constitution, obviously, but it is it's a book that I guess quotes the Constitution. So it says, the Declaration of Independence was the promise. The Constitution was the fulfillment. Forward. In the last quarter of the 18th century, no nation in the world was governed with separated and divided powers, providing checks and balances on the exercise of authority by those who govern. A first step towards such a result was taken with the Declaration of Independence in 1776. Buddy, please go right ahead. If you're gonna spam like this, you're probably gonna get muted. So just so you know, I told you, you don't have to ask for permission. A first step toward such a result was taken with the Declaration of Independence in 1776, which was followed by the Constitution drafted in Philadelphia in 1787. In 1791, the Bill of Rights was added. Each had antecedents back to the English Bill of Rights, the Magna Carta, and beyond. The work of 55 men at Philadelphia in 1787 was another blow to the concept of the divine right of kings. The freedoms flowing from this Constitution created a land of opportunities, and ever since then, discouraged and oppressed people from every part of the world have made their way to our shores. There were others too, educated, affluent, seeking a new life and new freedoms in a new land. This is the meaning of our Constitution. The principal goal of the Bicentennial Commission is to stimulate an appreciation and understanding of our national heritage, a history and civics lesson for all of us. This lesson cannot be learned without first reading and grasping the meaning of this remarkable document, the first of its kind in all human history. And this was written by, I guess it says Warren E. Burger, Chairman, Commission on the Bicentennial of the United States Constitution, Chief Justice of the United States, 1969 through 1986. So the top, the top, what do you call it? The top Supreme Court judge wrote that. His name was Warren E. Burger. Constitution of the United States. We, the people of the United States, in order to form a more perfect union, establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility, provide for the common defense, promote the general welfare, and secure the blessings of liberty to ourselves and our posterity. Do ordain and establish this Constitution for the United States of America. Welcome back. Article 1, Section 1. All legislative powers herein granted shall be vested in a Congress of the United States, which shall consist of a Senate and House of Representatives. Section 2. The House of Representatives shall be composed of members chosen every second year by the people of the several states, and the electors in each state shall have the qualifications requisite for electors of the most numerous branch of the state legislature. That's not an easy word. Legislature. No person shall be a representative who shall not have attained the age of 25 years and been 7 years a citizen of the United States, and who shall not, when elected, be an inhabitant of the state of that state in which he shall be chosen. Says he. Representatives and direct taxes shall be apportioned among the several states which may be included within this union, according to their respective numbers, which shall be determined by adding to the whole number of free persons, including those bound to service for a term of years. So free people and indentured people. Hello, Republican. Hey, Jace. And excluding Indians not taxed, 3/5 of all persons, and there's an asterisk here that says change by Section 2 of the 14th Amendment. The actual enumeration shall be made within 3 years after the first meeting of the Congress of the United States, and within every subsequent term of 10 years, in such manner as they shall by law direct. The number of representatives shall not exceed one for every 30,000, but each state shall have at least one representative. And until such enumeration shall be made, the state of New Hampshire shall be entitled to choose 3. Coincidentally, choose is spelled CHUSE. Massachusetts, 8. Rhode Island and Providence Plantations, 1. Connecticut, 5. New York, 6. New Jersey, 4. Pennsylvania, 8. Delaware, 1. Maryland, 6. Virginia, 10. North Carolina, 5. South Carolina, 5. And Georgia, 3. When vacancies happen in the representation from any state, the executive authority thereof shall issue writs of election to fill such vacancies. The House of Representatives shall choose their speaker and other officers, and shall have the sole power of impeachment. Sanyar, thank you for joining. I am not totally familiar with Arabic, so I do apologize. I know it goes from right to left. Oh, you know what? I know what that says. Sanyar, that first thing that you says salam. So salam to you too. That means peace, right? So Section 3. The Senate of the United States shall be composed of 2 senators from each state, chosen by the legislature thereof, for 6 years, and each senator shall have 1 vote. Immediately after they shall be assembled in consequence of the first election, they shall be divided as equally as may be into 3 classes. The seat of the senators of the first class shall be vacated at the expiration of the second year, of the second class at the expiration of the 4th year, and of the third class at the expiration of the 6th year, so that 1/3 may be chosen every second year, and vacancies happen by resignation or otherwise. During the recess of the legislature of any state, the executive thereof may make temporary appointments until the next meeting of the legislature. Now, there's an asterisk here that says chosen by the legislature thereof. So in Section 3, it says the Senate of the United States shall be composed of 2 senators from each state, chosen by the legislature thereof. That was changed by the 17th Amendment. During the recess of legislature of any state, the executive thereof may make temporary appointments until the next meeting of the legislature, which shall then fill such vacancies. No person shall be a senator who shall not have attained to the age of 30 years and been 9 years a citizen of the United States, and who shall not, when elected, be an inhabitant of that state for which he shall be chosen, says he. The vice president of the United States shall be president of the Senate, but shall have no vote, unless they be equally divided. The Senate shall choose their other officers, and also a president pro tempore in the absence of the vice president, or when he shall exercise the office of President of the United States. The Senate shall have the sole power to try all impeachments. When sitting for for that purpose, they shall be on oath or affirmation. So, like I said, the government has to do an oath or an affirmation. Also, military members have to do an oath or affirmation, and that oath or affirmation is to this document. When the President of the United States is tried, the Chief Justice shall preside, and no person shall be convicted without the concurrence of 2/3 of the members present. Judgment in cases of impeachment shall not extend further than to removal from office and disqualification to hold and enjoy any office of honor, trust, or profit under the United States. But the party convicted shall nevertheless be liable and subject to